What exactly does transmedia mean?
Well, transmedia is essentially the result of merging mediums, but the word has been most commonly associated with storytelling via several platforms or forms of media. For example, a story may be part of a movie with a separate book series, an iPhone app, a website, a podcast series, and maybe a comic book, each telling one part of the story, and all together it's the story. Now, transmedia is also a buzzword. We're going to hear more often in the next few years as there's more online activity and improved new media technology, as well as the opportunities to bring these technologies together. For example, merging TV with the internet. That's a great example of transmedia.
Well, yeah, I mean, multiple platforms is the way it's described, right? Transmedia. I mean, that's what it means. Telling a story across through a variety of ways, you know, instead of like the typical media, print, or music, or painting, for instance. Wouldn't it be nice to have, you know, a full-on transmedia exhibition, you know, where I have my work up and I have, you know, musicians that wrote music to that work, and then I have a book that goes with that, and then the website, right, and the blog, and you know, following the entire events that led up to that show. It's great.
Like these entertainment properties and properties in the sense of intellectual property. One idea, and this is just kind of like a family that's, you know, a tree that's been built or formed around this one idea. So it kind of creates multiple ideas, or rather multiple versions of the same idea. You can repackage the same idea. And you were talking about the Jeff Gomez interview on that blog. You know, he talks about one of the most famous transmedia cross-platform stories is Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, he suggested that it was the first in the United States, right, in 1980, or in the 1980s rather.
And even here we are 30 years later, and there's still Star Wars movies coming out. You know, this story continues. And so it's something it's still profitable. And I think we'll hear the word transmedia more and more in the next few years, because there are new media opportunities for multi-platforms, you know, cross-platforms, through websites, through iPhone apps, you know, through different kind of forms of media with film and TV maybe kind of going on the way out, but still connected to this big this big lost story.
Well, I think that we're going to see transmedia used more often because we are in the age of transmedia, and that everything seems to sort of fit together in multiple platforms. Everything that is coming at us these days is. And I don't know if TV will become extinct. I don't believe so. Will it become a less important aspect of the transmedia platforms? Yes. The internet, of course, people's computers will become the mainstay, right? But all of these things, we're going to hear it all the time now, because it is the way. It is the only way, really, to get your message across.
Anyways, when you're on your point about TV and film and the old forms of media still being involved in transmedia, I agree with you. I think that they'll still be involved, mainly because they're the incumbent media sources of formats. And already we're seeing a lot of TV shows, Gossip Girl, or, you know, a lot of teen dramas. Their characters, not just the actors having their real profiles on Facebook and Twitter, but their actual characters having these individual Facebook and Twitter, and, you know, updating status updates relating to their character on the TV show, and, you know, using these kind of multi-platforms to get the whole story out there.
Yeah, it's a way of developing the entirety of the story in ways that are conducive to the way that people see things these days, right? Facebook, perfect. Twitter, even more perfect. You know, if you could find a way to actually tap directly into my dreams, that would be the best way.
Make your dreams a story in a movie, and a website, and an iPhone app, and a Facebook profile, and a Twitter account, and maybe even a Farmville type application on Facebook.
That's right. Yeah. Watch Hannah Montana build her farm, right? I mean, how many people would watch that? Probably tons, man. take a bad product, you turn it into something good, just because you shift all of these different things into gear around this idea, and everybody gets excited about it, right? And you slant it in a certain way, you spin doctor it.
Right. Well, it's a new form of marketing. It's like product placement.
Yeah, that's right. And the only thing we get from it, what? What do we get from it? Well, we build our own transmedia universe. That's what we get from it.